Welcome to Module 2. This module is all about using Google Classroom with your students. First, what is Google Classroom? It's essentially an online space that you and your students will be part of, where you'll distribute assignments, grade and send feedback, post quick links and websites, extension activities, and all of your materials will be in one place throughout the year. Google Classroom is the easiest way to get your activities into the hands of your students. No longer do you have to post QR codes or project that shortened web link for students to type into their URL box. Using Google Classroom makes it really easy for students to keep track of their assignments and you to keep track of your students. It is absolutely recommended to use. So let's take a quick look at a Google Classroom. On my screen here, you'll see the main page of my Google Classroom. This is called the stream. If I scroll down, you can see that any activities that I've posted are listed here in the stream. On the left-hand side of the screen is a box that lets you and your students know when you have upcoming assignments due. If I click on Classwork at the top of my page, this is the page where my students spend the most time. This is the space where I will go and create assignments for them. And it's also a place where I can list resources that I want my students to have access to throughout the whole year. So you can see at the top here, I have links to our Flipgrid, to Epic, to coding websites. You can list extension activities here. This is also a great place for early finishers to find activities that they can go to. It's also a great spot to post resources that students might need when they're at home. Then, as I continue scrolling down the page, you can see all of these resources that I have posted, and they all fall underneath a topic. So you can see that I've created a word study topic, and these are all of the assignments that I had posted this year for word study. If I scroll down, you can see I have topics for math facts, for just regular math, for social studies, and so on. This is really great to help your students stay organized when they're looking for their assignments, and it's great for you as well. Now, when I scroll back up and I go and click on one of my word study activities, I'm going to click on this blends activity here at the top. Google Classroom also lets you know how many students have turned in the assignment and how many students are still working. This is also great for keeping track of those kids that are absent and have them keep track of those activities that they missed while they were gone. And a really great thing is that they can actually access their Google Classroom from home. Another part of Google Classroom is that you can give your parents access to their child's Google Classroom, and they can actually have emails automatically sent to them that let them know if their child has missed any work and if they have any upcoming assignments that are going to be due. You can see in this blends activity that I've only assigned this to 6 students. In Google Classroom, you can differentiate assignments. If you grade this activity, Google Classroom also lets you know how many of them you have graded. And if I click on grades at the top of my screen, they get automatically imported into this grading area. I love that Google Classroom lets you and your students see all of the assignments from the entire year, and you can even reuse your posts again next year. As I mentioned before, if you're going to be giving your students activities that you've created in Google, you definitely want to set up your Google Classroom. In fact, do it right now. The next video will walk you through step by step of setting up your class in Google Classroom. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please rate us on TPT. And if you have any teacher friends who you think might be interested in this course, please let them know where they can go to find it.